Hey everybody, I'm Sechelle Dornkamp, and welcome back to the Trojan Tech and Teaching Tribune. Today, I want to share with you a really cool tool called Goanimate. Goanimate is a really neat tool that allows users to easily create their own animated videos. It's a wonderful resource for both students and teachers, and it really brings a lot of fun to the classroom. It's a really cool tool, and students get super excited about being able to build their own cartoons, which makes Goanimate a really great way to get students engaged in class material. So let me show you how to navigate through Goanimate.
In order to get to Goanimate, you want to go to goanimate.com, which is the web address I have up here for you all. And then if you don't have an account, you'll want to sign up for an account by clicking on Sign Up. It's a very quick and easy process. Now notice there are different accounts that you can get. We are going to look at the basic account today because it's free. If you already have an account, then you would just log in the top right hand corner. I had my students, when they created their accounts for my class, they all had Google accounts, so I just had them create it through Google. So all their Google stuff is linked with their Goanimate. It's really great. Alright, once you've logged in, it's going to take you to your home page, which looks a little something like this. And if you've created videos before, you can go to, if you hold your cursor over where it says Your Home at the top toolbar, you can click on Your Videos, and this will take you to the videos that you've made. Now this is somewhat of a social website, so your students can also earn things like badges, which are just awards. They can earn points where they can buy more characters. But the biggest thing here is that you can create your own animated videos. So the way you want to do that is you want to go to Make a Video in the toolbar, and you will be brought to this page. It says Make Awesome Animated Videos. There are actually two different videos that you can make in this site, which is really super cool. And I'm going to take you through both of them, but we're going to start with the Quick Video Maker first. And that's the one here on the left and in the red. Now the Quick Video Maker is really awesome, especially if you just want quick feedback from your students and you're like, hey, you've got 10 minutes to summarize this in a Goanimate for me. So the first thing they would do is they would choose a genre. I kind of like, I don't know, this School Chronicle seems appropriate and fun. So I'm going to click on this one for you. And if you notice, this is going to take your students and yourself step by step through a video. It's very, very basic. You're not going to be able to do any animated movement like my character did in the beginning. That's in the other one. So the first thing you're going to do is hit next, and it's going to scroll you down to choosing a setting. Now if you have the basic version, you have a very limited option. I think you have 2 settings that you can choose from. So you're going to choose the setting that you want. I kind of like this setting. It looks fun to me. And I'm going to hit 2, and it's going to scroll me down, or I can scroll it down myself. And then you can select your actors. And like the settings, you're going to have very limited characters that you can choose from because it is the free version. So you're going to go ahead and choose your actor. I'm just going to keep these actors. I think they're fine. And then I'm going to, again, hit 3. I'm going to hit next, or I'll scroll down myself. And then what you can do now is you can type in your dialogue if you have shy students who don't want to record things, or if your students like to hear themselves speak, or if they want to record their voices, they can record their own voices as well. I'm going to go ahead and I will do one with typing. And then if I want to add another line of dialogue, it says Add Dialogue Line. I'm going to click on it. And then I can record this dialogue. Now I do want to point out that if I want to change my character, if I scroll over this line, this arrow below my character, it will actually switch my character. So I can change my character arrangement if I want. Alright? So if I want to record, I hit voice recording. There we go. And it's going to ask you to enable your microphone. And again, at Jones Senior, your students have built-in microphones, so they don't need to have a microphone to do this. They can just talk into their laptop. So I'm going to hit enable feature. And anytime you record on your computer, just like with the Voki, it's going to ask you for permission. Go ahead and allow it. I always ask it to remember it so it doesn't ask me all the time. And then I hit close. I hit record your voice. And now I'm going to come over here. It gives me a little time dialog and it gives me a little play button. Hit the play button. I'm talking into the Goanimate right now, and then I hit the stop button, and then it will have my voice on there. When I'm happy with how my voice is, I'm done. All I have to do now is preview.
Hello there. Button. I'm talking into the Goanimate right now, and then I hit.
Now that is a classy piece of work right there. So if my students are not happy with how they have recorded or built their Goanimates, they don't have to save now. They can go back to any of these steps and they can redo them. So like I was saying, just a really quick and easy way for your students just to do a quick summation or a quick feedback for you. Now, if you want them to do something a little more advanced, then what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the other video maker. And the way you do that, again, is by hitting make a video. And instead of choosing the quick video maker, you're going to come to the right where it says full video maker in blue. You're going to click on that. And then again, it gives me different options. Now the ones that say Go Plus and Business, those are paid versions of Goanimate. So your students are obviously going to have to pick the Goanimates that are free. And what's also great is they have this interactive tutorial and they have a demo video for beginners. And when my students first did that, they actually went through those and they did fantastic videos through these tutorials. So encourage them to use those. They can use those. Alright, so I'm going to choose one of these genres, and I'm going to go with Comedy World. That's the one I did in the beginning with the introduction. I really like it. I think it's fun looking. So this is what will pop up when you've clicked into your genres. Now your characters are different over here on the left hand side with the different genres, and some of them have more characters than this. These are only a handful of characters. And this is your background. This is where you can look at your scene. And down here on the bottom, like with a lot of video makers, this is where you are going to build your scene. Alright? I don't like this background. Up here on my toolbar, they have a couple different options. This is your character option. If you want to add text, you can add text. This is your background option. This is what we're about to use. This is if you want to add props. This is if you want to add music and sound effects. And this is the FX is if you want to add some kind of special effect or transition. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and look at our backgrounds. And again, I think I'm going to choose, I don't know, I kind of like this courtroom background. So I'm going to use this courtroom background. Excellent. And now I'm going to look at my characters. And I think that this guy looks good. We're going to stick him over here, back in the corner. It's kind of scary looking. And notice how he doesn't actually fit in the back. Well, I can actually send him back behind the props. So when I click on him, I have this little toolbar that pops up above him. And notice one is send backwards and one is bring forward. Well, I'm going to hit the send backwards until it actually sends him back. Now, that's not necessarily going to happen the first time like that. Sometimes you'll have to hit it a couple times till it sends it back behind everything you want him to be behind. If we want to add a voice to him, we would add it right here. We could type it for him. You give him an English accent. You give him a different, you give him a Finnish accent. You can give him a different sound to his voice, but I think Brian and English sounds fantastic. Or if I wanted, I could record his voice, and I would go to mic recording to do that. And again, I would just hit the play button. What's really neat is when you're done recording, you can actually alter the pitch of your voice in this version. So if I wanted him to have a really deep voice, I could pull my arrow down to this monster looking guy. Or if I wanted him to have a higher pitched voice, I could pull my arrow up to the chipmunk. Okay? And then when I was happy with what he sounded like, I would hit preview here. And then if I'm completely happy, I hit add voice, and that will give him a voice. Now let's say I want to add another character. I want to add this guy. Say he's early to court. Right. Again, he's a little big. I don't like how big he is, so I'm going to make him smaller, and I just do that by clicking on him and then pulling in the corners, resizing him. That's better. And I don't like the way he's facing either. I want him to face towards where the judge should be, so I'm going to hit this little flip button above him. Again, it's the toolbar right here. Flip. So now he's looking in the opposite direction. And I actually think I want him to enter this scene. I want him to walk in this scene. Again, if I click on him, above him there's this toolbar. On the left-hand side, this is the slide tool. It's a slide icon. And so what he can do is it actually gives me a start point and a stop point here. So I'm going to take his start point off the frame, and I'm going to leave his stop point on the frame. Now he's actually not going to walk. He's going to physically slide into this this scene unless I tell him he needs to walk. So I'm going to come here to actions, and you see where it says action stand, and then I have movement. I'm going to have him walk into the scene. And so as you can see, my my guy has started to walk. Now if I want him to talk in the scene, I actually have to create another scene. In this particular version of Goanimate, only one person is allowed to talk per scene. So the way you add a new scene is I come down here to the bottom and I hit the plus sign. And that creates a new scene for me. And in this scene, he can talk. So I'm going to click on him. I'm going to give him a voice. Again, I think I'm going to type it. He's going to say, hey, where is everybody? Of course, I've got to give him a different voice because the bodyguard here is Brian. So we are going to make him Eric. So now I want to see how I'm doing. So this is where I would actually encourage my students to save their work. Save, save, save. So I'm going to come up here to my top right hand corner and I'm going to hit save. It's going to ask me to title it. Tag it. As always, I have my students tag me in everything so I can always search for their work. And then again, if this is for a grade, you need to make sure you tell your students to make it public. I'm going to keep it private right now because this is an example for the vlog, but if you you need to make sure it's public when they submit it to you or you will not be able to view it. I'm going to hit save only because I'm not done yet. I don't want to share it. Now I can preview my Goanimate and see what I've done.
Hey, where is everybody?
Let's say that he realizes he's a couple hours early for court and I want him to leave and go into a new scene. So if I want him to exit, he's already got instructions in this scene. He's already walking in. So if I want him to walk out, I've got to hit this plus sign. And I've got to order him. I've got to give him the command to walk out. So I'm going to click on my character. I'm going to click on Eric. And I'm going to click on actions. I'm going to have him walk. And then I'm going to turn him around and I'm going to have him exit the way he came. And again, I'm going to save. Just going to keep saving. If I want to have a new background, again, I'm going to hit the plus button. Notice I still have the same court background, and it's actually moved my character off the screen. What's great is it keeps moving your character forward so you don't have to reposition him where you ended him in the last scene. So, pick a new background. Say, I want it to be, well, we'll do it outside the courthouse. And then my little bodyguard dude is still there. So we're going to delete him. Just going to, you can click on him. You can hit the delete on your computer. You can hit the delete on your toolbar. As long as you hit the delete, you're good to go. And then I want to move Eric outside the courthouse. And again, I think I'm going to have him walk. So we're going to have movement. I'm going to have walk. So now I think I'm going to have him run. And now I think I'm going to make him a little bigger because he's running closer. Alright, now let me show you how to add a special effect. If you come up here to where it says FX, you have all these really neat special effects. Now let's say that Eric is actually an international spy, and he's being spied on by a foreign threat. So actually in special effects, they have effects that look like camera shutters. Like that. That one looks like a video recording. Let's say I put this up, I don't like it, I can delete the special effect, and you do that by coming over here to the right hand side where it says FX. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to hit delete. And I'm going to come back over here to the side and see if there's one I like better. Let's do the take picture. So that looks like maybe someone's taking pictures. Maybe I don't like that one. Again, it just goes on and on. You can go through and play with it and pick the pictures that you like. Alright, I'm happy with that one. So let's go ahead and do our next scene. Let's say he's run away from the courthouse. And now he is at his house. I have to create a new scene first of all. And then I am going to put this new background into this scene. Notice it saved your special effect, so if you don't want it to look like a digital camera, click on the FX and delete it. Resize your character. Now you can also change the expressions and the directions that your characters are looking. If you want them to look like they're looking at the camera, you just click on the eyes and they change. Alright, you can change their expression by hitting select expression, and then it gives you different expressions. You have angry, you have chewing, like I said, it's just got some really cool things. Ooh, scheming. And then you have some different movements and emotions they can do as well. Like you can make your characters, like in the beginning example, my character sat down once. All I did was hit the sit button, and she sat, and I just positioned her over to a chair. I could have him sit on this stoop if I wanted. And he's sitting. And you can also make your character have different emotions as well. I wanted mine to be happy in the beginning, so I had the happy emotion. Alright, so the way you add props is if you click on the basketball, you've got these different props that you can choose from. They have different categories, like these are handheld. The handheld ones are obviously ones that you can actually physically put in your character's hand. And then you have others. These are typically larger props. Now say you want to add music. You can add background music to your video as well. If you click on the music, you've got all these, just click on them. And it tells you that it's going to be added to the timeline below. You hit continue. It's going to add it for you. Very spectacular. And I can actually move it where I want it just by clicking on it and dragging it. And what's great is you can add the different musics. You can add different sound effects. You can add different noises. So you can actually overlap the different sounds. When I've done added my music and my sound effects, I can also add different shots of my character. Like I could do a zoom in or I could zoom out on my character. I do that by clicking on this video in the top left-hand corner and see where it says add camera movement. I click on it and it actually allows me to add camera movement. This navy blue line is where the camera is going to start and this purple line is where the camera is going to end. So if I want it to be a zoom in, I can actually pull these purple, pull them smaller, and center them where I want it to zoom in at. Or instead, maybe I want it to zoom out. So then I would pull my navy blue in, and then I'd make my purple lines bigger. And that way it'll zoom out. But when I'm done, again, I'm just going to encourage you and your students to just keep saving. But when you're done, hit save. Again, save only. Then I can preview my movie.
Hey, where is everybody?
And if I'm happy with that, I can hit save now. If I'm unhappy with that, I'm going to hit back to editing. I'm going to go ahead and hit save now. And again, it brings up my save screen. And if I'm done, I'm going to hit save and share. And again, just to reiterate, make sure your students make your Goanimate public so that you can view it. So I'm going to hit save and share. And then it gives you a couple ways to share your movie. Exporting to YouTube is only available for Go Plus users, people who pay, but you can still post it to Twitter or Tumblr or to Facebook. You can get an embed code, or you can actually have your students email it to you as well.
Goanimate has so many different features that sitting down and playing with it is going to be one of the best ways to learn how to use it. If you have any questions or comments, you can go ahead and post them below, and I'm going to try to get back to you as fast as I can. I hope that you enjoy making your own Goanimate as much as I've enjoyed making this Goanimate for you.